What is underneath the pyramids of Giza? What is the structure, the massive structure they found underneath the pyramids of Giza? What's the deal, family? What's the word? Dreamwise here for another one. Yes, sir. Look, it's been on my head ever since I heard about it. And this is a big findings in the world alike in this particular dimension because what is that? And I just been thinking about it and marinating on it since I heard about it. So shit, channels been coming through, downloads, my dreams, which I'm gonna share a lot of it towards the end, so I won't spoil how I came up with this thing. And essentially, you know, it's one of those things we got to be able to look at and say, "Oh, okay. Well, now we're getting real strange and real different in this specific time." So, even if, let's say, they already knew that that structure was under there, right? We didn't know it consciously. So now, just with the information alone of us knowing it is very, very important to our conscious ability to think, because there's going to be a young kid or a young spiritualist out there that's just going to get the channel and download and say, oh, this is what it is, right? Now, I figured I got something out of it. So I'm going to share my theory with y'all. But, this thing can keep on going and unfolding into magnificent, marvelous ways. You feel me? And a bigger question to me also is, how the fuck did they do it? You feel me? But, well, let me show y'all. Let me show this video real quick, and then we'll figure out all of that. You feel me? Let's play this video so y'all can get the understanding real quick. Check this out.
So today I want to talk about the new discovery beneath the pyramids of Giza that's been all over the internet the past few days. It all ties back to research published back in 2022 by Corrado Malanga, synthetic aperture radar, or SAR for short. Normally, radar just bounces off signals of solid objects, but Biondi developed a method that goes...
Hold on. Something's going on with this technology. Nigga, ever since my sister violin girl told me it was Mercury in retrograde, and then Joseph backed it up. Nigga, this technology has been acting real janky, and that's all niggas that see. I didn't know. I was oblivious to it. They told me, and then all of a sudden, it's just started going ham. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me figure out this thing. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me know if y'all can see this, and we're gonna get this video playing accordingly. Can y'all see? Can y'all see my screen? Peace, family, peace. Peace to the family, peace to the gods and goddesses out there, baby. It go down. Hey, this is gonna be one of those. And this information I'm about to share is just one of, hey, nigga, you're gonna want to stay for this one because this is that. You feel me? Okay, good. Y'all can see my screen. Good. So let's get it on. Let's get this thing popping. You feel me? Okay.
To fraction been all over the internet the past few days. It all ties back to research published back in 2022 by Corrado Malanga from the University of Pisa and Filippo Biondi from the University of Strathclyde. Their study introduced a new way of using something called synthetic aperture radar, or SAR for short. Normally, radar just bounces off signals of solid objects, but Biondi developed a method that goes further. It picks up incredibly tiny vibrations in the ground, even down to fractions of a millimeter. And this allows them to detect hidden underground spaces or structures that normal radar wouldn't be able to catch. According to their findings, their technology picked up distinct anomalies that point to something entirely unknown lying beneath one of the most studied monuments on Earth. In a recent press release published just last week, they summarized the latest findings of their research. This time, their focus shifted to the second largest pyramid on the Giza plateau, the Pyramid of Khafre. And what they found was astonishing. Pyramid of Khafre is traditionally believed to have been built for the pharaoh Khafre, who ruled during the 4th dynasty in ancient Egypt around 2500 BC. He was the son of Khufu, the pharaoh associated with the Great Pyramid, and is also thought to be the figure represented by the Great Sphinx nearby. Although Khafre's pyramid is slightly smaller than Khufu's, it appears taller due to being constructed on higher ground, and it still preserves some of its original casing stones at the top, offering a rare glimpse of how these structures once looked. The team used dozens of SAR images taken from multiple angles of the Khafre pyramid, and it allowed them to create a 3D reconstruction of the area inside the pyramid, as well as deep beneath the surface of the surrounding plateau. Near the base of the pyramid, the data revealed 5 identical structures arranged in a precise pattern and connected by geometric pathways. Inside each of these are 5 horizontal levels and a sloped roof. Below them, the reconstruction shows 8 cylindrical formations that appear to be vertical wells, completely hollow and surrounded by spiral paths that descend around them.
Okay, so there's 5 pillars essentially inside the pyramid, and then there's 8 tubes with spiral coils around it. Hey, you can't make that shit up, baby. You cannot make that shit up. So now, you know, this is a big deal, family. Like, the way that this thing is constructed is actually amazing to see because, well, let me just keep on playing the video.
8 shafts are aligned in 2 parallel rows, extending downwards to a depth of 648 meters, where they all appear to converge into 2 massive cubic chambers, each measuring around 80 meters on each side. Altogether, the
648 meters down, that's 6 football fields. Okay, and that's going to be an important part of my build today because essentially, shit, we know what's down there. Journey to the center of the earth, journey to the center of the heart. Don't worry, we're going to get there. Watch this. But then these 2 other massive structures, you know, people are trying to speculate that they were cities, but that has already been debunked. But these 2 other massive structures basically, well, let me play the video. Let's keep it rolling.
The structure spans roughly 2 kilometers underground and stretches beneath all 3 of the pyramids on the Giza plateau. Pyramids of Giza are traditionally believed to have been built as tombs for the pharaohs Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure, sometime around 2500 BC, using ancient stone tools, ramps, levers, and wedges. But when you look at the actual construction, it raises a lot of questions. The scale and precision are honestly hard to wrap your head around. The Great Pyramid, for example, is aligned almost perfectly to true north, which means its sides face exactly north, south, east, and west. And I'm not talking close, I mean within just 0.067 degrees of perfect alignment. That's more accurate than most modern buildings, and it was done thousands of years ago without GPS or even a compass. The base of the pyramid is almost perfectly level, off by less than an inch across the entire structure. And the blocks fit together with extreme precision, even though many of them weigh several tons. Some engineers today say recreating that level of craftsmanship with our current technology would still be a serious challenge. So while the tools might have been simple, the knowledge and execution clearly weren't. And this wouldn't be the first time underground structures were found beneath an ancient monument. In Mexico, at the ancient city of Teotihuacan, researchers discovered a hidden tunnel beneath the Pyramid of the Moon using similar non-invasive technology. It's been completely sealed off for centuries, and it wasn't found until they started scanning the ground. So the idea of underground structures beneath ancient monuments isn't unheard of. It's
All right, let's stop there. So that's good. Shout out to that brother right there. Now, the real question is not, well, I could just, you could kind of feel and sense what they were trying to do in a form of creating some kind of energy, right? And I'm explaining a lot of that, right? But so now the real answer question is, how did they do it? How did they pull it off to be able to create tubes and coils essentially spiraling down to the Earth's core, 6 football fields down, and cover it up? That's, you know what I mean? So that's like the real question. Like, fuck all that other shit. It's like, shit, how did they pull that off, right? How did they dig? Well, they couldn't have dig. It had to be some kind of other thing that was happening for them to be able to pull that off and then create a perfect structure pyramid with each goddamn stone being a ton, weighing a ton, but being perfectly aligned on that shit. You can't even get a brick perfectly aligned on some of these houses. So, I want the family to marinate on that, because if one of us pull it off and figure out how they did it, then that will blow this whole thing up. And I'm just talking about spiritual people in general, because it will come to you in a dream. And you just got to understand that your dreams will give you ideas and understandings, because maybe you was there in the past life to witness it in as a etheric being. You feel me? Not even as a physical, a solid being as such. Don't worry, I'm gonna get there. So now, if you was one of them people that witnessed it or made it happen, then you still got that information in your lexicon and your DNA that you just gotta unravel. So this is up for grabs. Like, everybody should be investigating this thing, because at the same time, at the end of the day, that'll tell us a lot about ourselves and why we came down into this specific Earth realm dimension, third dimension. Now, obviously, we know the grand scheme of things of why we came to the Earth, to experience ourselves in a separate form, so we can challenge and feel challenges and stuff like that. You feel me? Because if we're our greatest greatness and all of this other stuff, then okay, we need some kind of challenge to face. That's why, you have to live out an adventure. See, you didn't come down to Earth to just die. Like, a lot of people think they came to Earth to die. You came to Earth to live, then die. And living means moving, energy, motion. So if you're coming down to Earth just to sit on the couch, then there was no point to do that shit. Ha! Nigga, you think you came down to Earth to sit on the couch and experience that shit? Nah, nigga, you came down here for more than that. You came down here to experience. And in the motion, or in the adventure of experiencing, you're going to feel some hurt, some pain, some trials, some tribulations, and some joy, some happiness, some love, which is all part of the game. It's just a holistic experience you're going through. So you want to be able to embrace all of it, so you can come into this consciousness awareness thing. You feel me? So let's get it on. Let's get it on, man. Appreciate that rising vibes. I see y'all in here. What's up, family? What's the deal? It go down. It go down. All right. So let's get it on real quick. So yeah, just this March, 2025, researchers from Italy and Scotland claim to have discovered a vast underground complex beneath the pyramids of Giza using SAR technology. Among the perpetrated findings were 8 vertical cylinder structures extending approximately 2,100 feet below. 2,100 feet below, that's an important thing. So nobody went down there yet. They got this SAR thing, this, what do they call it? Synthetic aperture radar picking up on cylinder structures extending approximately 2,100 feet below the surface, each reportedly surrounded by spiral pathways resembling coils. Spring is here, baby. Y'all just seen in the Patreon, we did that spring build, me, Joseph, and D-Ray. And I said that in order to spring forward, right, you're going to have to apply pressure to the springs. So when you lay on a bed, that's to pressure, the pressure of the bed turns into comfortable. So pressure makes a diamond. So you got to do the same thing in your world, as above, so below, as within, so without. You got to press on them springs so then they can be comfortable on your body, on your back. You feel me? So now we're looking at these springs or these coils, and we start to say, okay, well, what the hell is that? So these shafts were said to connect to large cube-shaped chambers, suggesting an extension subterranean network. So these 8 springs, and this is the pyramid right here. Hold on, let me give y'all another view. So this is the pyramid essentially, right? Now they said the 8 was going across the pyramid. Some reports said the 8 cylinders was going across all 3 of the pyramids. Some say they was just in the middle pyramid, right? Regardless, this theory that I'm about to bring to y'all is still up for grabs. You feel me? And I can see them being across all 3 of the pyramids, because essentially then, that would make sense for them to monuments as well in space. You feel me? But majority of the reports said they just found it in that middle pyramid, which is cool, right? And we'll just keep on playing with that theory as well. So boom, the Earth's core is approximately 2,900 kilometers, about 1,800 miles beneath. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. So you're not going to the middle of the Earth. So, to all my flat earthers, just imagine, right? You're still on a cylinder, a sphere, and you're going into so, I don't want y'all to use this image, be like, wait, the Earth is flat. Well, still, you going down to something, you feel me? To some kind of core, right? In the middle of this thing, you feel me? It says it's composed mainly of iron and nickel, and is divided into the outer core and the inner core. The inner core, solid due to high pressure, is surrounded by the liquid outer core. This deep-seated structure plays a crucial role in generating the Earth's magnetic field. Magnetic field. There go that word. So then when we even think about it, right, you're going down deep into the Earth, getting close to the Earth's core, and being able to touch or penetrate somewhere in this Earth thing to generate energy. So remember this coil system, right? I'm believing it's a rod. It's an electrical current to pull up electrons. And these electrons are spiraling up to the pyramid, right? And this pyramid is essentially a gateway or a portal or a device to stimulate energy and electromagnetic energy at that. So when we think about spirals, the whole Earth is spirals, right? We're in a spiral Earth. Like when you look at nature, when you cut a tree, it's a spiral. Look at some of the animals, the spirals. They got this kid's book right here that explains spirals. Flow, spin, and grow. Flow, spin, and grow. Spiral. Your hair is spiral. You know, the universe is spirals. Looking for patterns in natures, right? So now the spiraling effect is happening everywhere. This swirl is happening everywhere. Trees and galaxies share another pattern. They both have spirals. You can find spirals in pine cones and pigtails, in storm clouds, swirling eddies, and seashells, in galactic halos, and inside your own ears. So spirals is a big thing in this earth. And, you know, there's something to the spiral that we have to understand to the core. Right. And the more we understand that spiral, that spiraling energy, the more we'll understand ourselves. Okay, let's keep it rolling. So that then boom, spirals, right? So the electron coming up from the core, let's say the Earth's core, right, is spiraling into the nucleus, which is the pyramid, which is the star. So I did a build when that Multiverse of Madness came out on the Multiverse of Madness with the quantum mechanics and how it actually works and how you're tapped into the Multiverse of Madness right now. So basically, long story short, with the electron is spiraling into the nucleus and it's creating this cloud, this electron cloud or whatever, right? But that's essentially light or information. So now all of a sudden you move, your motion, your energy is based off of your thoughts, obviously, which then takes form into these atoms or these electrons, and then it's electricizing your being to move into the next reality that you are supposed to see, right? So it's not multiple realities happening at once. You're constantly, habitually changing your reality just based off of the movement you might make. So that's the theory I did with the Multiverse of Madness decode. Let me show y'all that. Back in the day, when I was essentially just saying, look, nigga, this shit is about you. Damn, it's still this damn technology. They is not trying to show the screen. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up. Multiverse of Madness. Okay. When I was just essentially saying, like, look, this thing is happening. Like, inside of us, we're changing every step of the way just based off of the electrical flow and current that's happening. You feel me? We're in the Multiverse of Madness. There is no multiple realities. You're just changing your reality based off of your next move, your next motion, the way you move next. You feel me? Absolutely fire decode I did, right? And it's just based off of the flow of electrons hitting that nucleus, making that nucleus cloud or that electron orbital cloud, and then your atoms is creating a world, a new world for you, or a new way to feel. You feel me? Let's put it like that, a new way to feel. Because remember, feeling is the key. So now you're gonna just move based off of you being assertive or aggressive or non-aggressive or the lack of motion. You feel me? So you can see it in today's reality. The niggas that's always the more aggressive, more assertive ones is winning in life. Whether they be rappers, whether they be ball players, whatever, if they got that gas, If something is moving them to make plays, then shit, that's where it's at. They stay in motion. So now, in them staying in motion, opportunities and things come to them where they're putting themselves in this multiverse of madness, in the reality that they want to see set forth. You feel me? So it's important to follow spirit and go to them places that spirit is hinting at, because essentially your cells is talking to you. These atoms is talking to you and saying, nigga, I need you to go to this cookout thing or whatever. You feel me? Or nigga, I need you to go to the strip club. Ha! You know, even shit like that. Nigga, I need you to go to this car show. Right? Stuff like that. It's just little stuff like that that's putting you in the multiverse of madness. And your lack of motion down here is taking you out of your purpose driven, or the reality that you claiming to be, but you're not claiming it because you're not even trying to walk that bitch down. It's right here, right now. So you just got to put yourself in the environment for the new reality to come forth, and then you just flip wire into a whole new reality, multiverse of merit. So let's even say, like, if you moved, spirit said, nigga, I need to move. You've been like, damn, I'm up here in goddamn Arkansas, there ain't no action going down here, and spirit keep on hitting at you moving, and you sitting here playing with yourself, twiddling your thumb like, man, but you know, I got a job down here, I just met this chick, ha, and she kind of cool. Oh God, could you imagine my mama down here and shit? But spirit saying, nigga, I need you to just move to Cali. You like, it's gonna be too expensive. I don't have enough money. Da 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 da. All the excuses gonna come from the ego-driven thoughts based off of the ego is a motherfucker, and the ego is here to keep you safe and secure. But even in just you moving and putting yourself in motion, boom, now you meet a director who puts you in a movie who didn't get you the bag. So this thing is different, family. I'm telling you, that's how this thing works. And so now, getting back to the pyramids, right? I believe the electrons spiraling up to this nucleus or to this pyramid, and then creating a new reality or creating energy is what's happening, or this electromagnetic energy happening in this world. So it says when electrons move through a coil like a copper wire would in a spiral, especially in a circular or spiraling motion, their movement creates a magnetic field. This is the basic principles behind electromagnetism. The combination of electron spin and motion in coils is foundational to how electric motors, generators, and even quantum technology works. So you see this light, when they're showing this light spiraling up back to the pyramid or to the nucleus, that light is just photons spreading out. So these photons are rays of information coming into the fold, or light, which is information. So now all of a sudden it's bringing in, with these two eyes, a spectrum or a vibrational pitch that you can't see because it's invisible to your two eyes. But to the true eye, or to your first eye, then you'll be able to see it. So we just watched that Henry Sugar yesterday in the Patreon. And essentially what was happening was, if y'all seen Henry Sugar, the movie on Netflix, Henry Sugar, it's 35 minutes long. Watch it, family. Essentially, he got a book, he read it, learned about meditation, used the meditation for his ego purpose driven, but then he started gaining more light and love in his heart, essentially, right? Because he was like, all right, well, I can use this invisible seeing power that I have for good. You feel me? And that's just based off of him getting rid of the human, but that's based off of him doing the work in the meditation lab. So now the invisible becomes visible. So then he can see, he went to the casino and was seeing the cards before they would flip them over, and he would see what card it was, and then he would keep on winning money. You feel me? And then he realized, okay, the money doesn't matter because I can just win all the money in the world. So then what's the point of me winning all this money? There is no point because it doesn't matter. So what he officially boiled down to was living out his dharma, which is your dharma is you helping people or putting you into your purpose driven by giving back to others because we are one. You feel me? So then it's a flow of your electromagnetic heart being able to say, hey, I went through this work. Let me share with you what I've gathered, or let me share my gift to the world. You feel me? So Luther Vandross is a gift to the world. Stevie Wonder, he's a gift to the world. You feel me? Artists are a gift to the world. People that paint, whatever, your creative endeavors is a gift to the world. You feel me? It could be people at a restaurant, right? They living out their dharma saying, look, this is how I cook. I got it set at a certain time, and that's giving back to somebody, in their unique divine way. So now the invisible, so now with with the show Henry Sugar show we watched yesterday, right? The invisible becomes visible in his mind, and he can see it in his mind's eye. So whenever you do your meditations, right, there'll come a point to where you'll be able to receive light super quick. So I was telling the family yesterday, like I was able to go from, in meditating for years, I was able to go from seeing my intention or my answer to my question in my waking life after I meditated. So let's say I meditated, right? I was meditating, boom. Now I'll go down, I'm in my waking life, and then I'll see a symbol. You feel me? And I'll be like, oh, okay, that's what I was looking for. But now, nigga, I'm in my meditation, I received the answer. At first, I was receiving it 20 minutes into my meditation. Then it went to 10 minutes. Then it went to 5. Now it's just happening super fast. Like 10 seconds, I could close my eyes and receive my answer. You feel me? So that is what we're talking about when we are talking about light or seeing into the invisible, which is you looking for an answer, the darkness to your question. So you're bringing the invisible to light, or, invisible to visible. So that's in the form of information and situationships that you got to carry out now. So now I'm telling you, I do that. Crazy. It's like it happens at the speed of light. Like I can close my, like if I have a question, I can ask myself the question, close my eyes, and in 10, 15 seconds, it's going to come. And it'll be like, damn, it's almost scary sometimes. You feel me? It'll be like, damn, what the fuck? Now it's just scary. Like it gets scary like that. You'd be like, fuck, what the hell? And it's almost amazing because you wasn't even thinking like that. You feel me? Thinking of it like that. Cool. And then it's important for you to carry it out, because a lot of times you get these messages and people don't carry it out because they don't trust themselves yet. So now bringing the invisible, these electrons, right, into the visible is an important spectrum of thought, or this light is an important spectrum of thought. So now with the coils, or your being is an electromagnetic field as well. You feel me? So your heart is an electromagnetic field. So magnetism is the energetic bridge between the mind, electric thought, and the heart, magnetic emotions. So electric energy, thoughts, focus, intention. Electric energy is your thoughts, focus, intention. Magnetic energy is the feeling, desires, and emotions. So from your heart-mind connection, right, is what we're talking about. So it's the same thing with the earth. It has a heart and a mind of its own as well, right? So we have to understand that to the core, that it can bring, the earth can bring the invisible into visible based off of the vibrational pitch that is resonating from. So now my theory is these electrons spiraling up that coil rod, because that's the only thing it can be. You feel me? It's a spiral of coils down a large shaft. I heard people saying that people was walking down that bitch. Nah, that's definitely not happening. For what? What to do what? So cool. Hey, it still might be out in that way, but I'm believing that it's a coil wrapped around a big rod to bring forth energy into the pyramid. So let me get into this functionary for y'all real quick, because I had to look it up. And it was important that I looked it up because the God, hold on, let me show Dr. Blind. Now look, I think, hold on, let me find his, because somebody reached out. Functionary Dr. Blind. So I don't go to, he has a website, but I talked to him on the phone. Now I got to call him to see if I can give out his number. But I don't know if I can give out his number like that. And then I got to see if okay. So this is how you get in contact with Dr. Blind. You can email, I got his number, but I'm not just going to give that out. So just reach out to him. His email is GS, let me put it in the chat real quick, because that's important. GSDECOSTA@yahoo.com. All right. So I got this back in the day from the God. And yeah, the God is a bad, hey, you can't make no shit like this up, boy. This shit, I don't know how the fuck he pulled this shit off. But this is the craziest thing this is one of the, like, I can't even, there's nothing better than this. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all channeled information from him. And he made it in dictionary form. So it's absolutely a must have. So reach out to Dr. Blind at that email address. And then I'm probably going to reach out to the guy and see if I can give out his number, because it's easier to just talk to him, because he's a cool brother. And then he'll just like send you pay for it and he'll send you a book. All right. It says electromagnetism, which is what is happening when these coils is spiraling up from the core, right? So it's the same thing with your Kundalini energy too. You feel me? Think about it like that. So then, these electrons are spiraling up, just like the Kundalini or the Caduceus energy is spiraling up to your pineal gland, right? To bring you into a sense of awareness, consciousness, enlightenment, enlightenment. So and then you'll be able to do, superhuman things, or, see dead people, talk to people on the other side. You feel me? Have dreams, prophetic dreams, lucid dreams, all of that good stuff, right? That helps. So now you're just, with the electron spiraling up, you're just literally bringing forth your electromagnetic sphere, or this tornado, this toroidal field, to into motion. So it says our thoughts and emotions affect the heart's magnetic field, which energetically affect those in our environment, whether or not we are conscious of it. So that's the same thing of what I was just talking about. So now the same thing applies with the quantum mechanics. This is just about motion. That's it. So niggas want to say, oh, I'm changing into a new world, the Mandela effect or whatever, right? No, nigga, it's not gonna happen like that. You're gonna have motion to move based off your electromagnetic field, moving you into the situation that's supposed to come to you based off of your heart, based off the emotional intelligence that you're bringing through your heart chakra, the 5,000 spectrums of light that's emitting out of your heart chakra. So then also what happens is it pulls in situationships to you. So let's, for instance, say, you at a club, you feel me? You went to the club, cool, right? And you just standing there and shit. And this girl keeps eyeing you, right? And she's feeling your electromagnetism energy. She's feeling that shit. So then she walks by and she says something slick. She might be trying to get your attention. You feel me? Based off of your current pulling her, right? So now the lack of motion that you have in your heart is going to be the foundation if you're going to get that ass or not. Huh, you feel me? She might just start laughing out of nowhere. You might have said 2 words and she start laughing. And you'd be like, damn, what the fuck? She just in your energy auric field and she just enamored by that shit. You gotta say nothing. She probably just start giggling off, just playing with her hair and shit in a whole trance-like state. So that's what we're talking about. Bringing forth the invisible to visible shit. Chaos in the blood. Okay, it says magnetism, invisible light, literally matter in motion. This is Dr. Blind. I'm telling you what he's saying. Invisible light, literally matter in motion. More specifically, the interaction between positive and negative charges comprising the various force fields. Okay. A force of light that exerts a force of light on other things. A force of light, which is you, that exerts a force of light on other things. Okay, so your electromagnetic field is going to move things, situations into your way. So now getting back to the pyramid, it's the same concept. They're pulling electrons spiraling up. You can't think about it descending. We're thinking about ascending upwards from the earth core, essentially, upwards to the pyramid to bring forth an electromagnetic field, which I'm about to show y'all what I think is happening, into the pyramid. Chaos in the blood, baby. Hey, I can't make it up. Look, you got electron right here. The negative charge drive away from materialism, from life in material form, i.e. toward aging, death, and decay. So this is electron. This is what I'm talking about, the electrons spiraling up. A standing circular polarizing electromagnetic wave, the negative phase of light. We can't measure simultaneously with perfect accuracy, but the position and momentum of an electron, not because measuring one characteristic serves the other, but because position and momentum exist as such only in relation to our experience of them. Experience, adventure, experience. So that's why I keep on saying you got to move in this bitch. So again, let's break it down to even just the smallest idea. You know, if you get up and move, nigga, you gonna get something out of it. You feel me? So that's important. I've been stretching this since the new year. Way before that, like a week and a half before that. So the new year was March 21st, March 20th. So I've been stretching every day since then, right? And for like 2 weeks before that. So nigga, I'm telling you, my shit, I feel great. I haven't stretched in years, like stretched like what I'm doing now. I'm taking 10 minutes out of my day. This was my New Year's resolution. Taking 10 more minutes out of my day to just stretch every day, consciously obliterating that idea of, okay, I don't got time to stretch. Nah, fuck it. Taking 10 more minutes to stretch. And nigga, my shit been feeling good. That's the same cool energy we talk about. Stretching that cools in your body. You feel me? So now, just because I'm back in motion in that specific energy, then that's a form of action, right? That's an actionable step that takes me out of here. So you know, you got to make some kind of movement in this world, because no motion is like shit. You might as well be dead. You feel me? And just look at people in the world. Shit, they make motion plays, and guess what happens? Motion happens. All right, so let me go to energy, because I wanted to tap into that, because that's what this thing is about. Energy. Dr. Blind, energy. The action exhibited by consciousness when it manifests as a quantum of electromagnetic light. So we're tying all this electromagnetic stuff all together, right? This electromagnetic light is happening, and light is just information, or this physical world that you're seeing, right? Because we're just an illusion. We're waves and particles all in one. You feel me? And we're vibrating at such a dense state, slow state, that we feel solidity as such, but it's not really here. We're just so slowed down vibratory energy that we don't even know that there's something beyond these physical eyes and beyond this specific spectrum of thought. The only real current and currency is energy, consciousness and motion, that which brings distinction to matter, the force of life as the life force. This nigga Dr. Blind, nigga, I just need to have a whole day where I go through this with y'all one day. But you know, we're gonna keep on running it, because shit, Dr. Blind, he was tapped in. And some of these definition words, y'all go to that email I put up. Some of these definition words he got in there, it's gonna open up a level of consciousness inside of you. You feel me? Straight up. All right, so let's keep it rolling. So boom. This is what I'm saying. I had to chat GPT this image because nobody else did it yet. But essentially, this is what I think is happening, right? The electromagnetic field coming from them damn coils, these spiral coils from these rods, these 8 rods and spiral coils are spiraling up to the pyramid and creating this electromagnetic field around the pyramid. And just like we have this understanding, this electromagnetic field is putting you in different spectrums of light, which is high vibrational or low vibrational, right? But when we talk about the visible spectrum, we're talking about the where you see the chakra system, red, yellow, orange, you know, or the chakras, right in the middle, right? I wish y'all could see my mouse, but I'm pointing at the visible spectrum that is showing right here. So now you can see the other spectrums that are invisible. How do you change your TV, the microwave, radio waves, all of that stuff, right? Signals, all of that, right? And then we're talking about higher when we talking about gamma rays. You feel me? So even when we're talking about the states of consciousness, right? You're in beta state majority of the day. Then you fall into alpha state whenever you get into a specific zone, right? Where you're zoned out. But that alpha state is where you're essentially programming yourself with information, light, and then from our alpha, theta, delta, and then even the gamma state, which is the far furthest one, or the super consciousness, which is information beyond, uh, uh, that's strange. That's something that you can pull down from and create from. You feel me? So, like I said, some of these kids we tapped into some gamma stuff because the stuff that they doing on TikTok is creative genius work, and they make the videos, and it's like, damn, that was creative, right? So that's all it is. It's a creative way to express yourself down here in this third dimension. Okay. So now when we talk about energy, wavelength, and spectrums or electromagnetic spectrums, we're talking about light, emanating light coming down to the earth. So boom, it's the same thing with your kundalini. It says kundalini is a form of energy that remains coiled up at the base of the spine. When it is raised, the kundalini flows through the seven chakras, which instantly leads into a spiritual enlightenment, information, consciousness. So then you become a light being based off of your kundalini rising. Kundalini can be aroused through various methods, including meditation, yoga, and mantras. So when you hold your seeds, fellas, and bring that specific seed up, sexual energy up to your Godhead, then you become more conscious and super conscious in a sense. So then I heard Phil Valentine talking about Tesla, saying he was celibate, and he was essentially doing that to bring forth specific information to him, which then him created all these inventions or whatever. You feel me? So that's the same superpower you have. You have the same superpower. You just got to hold your seed. But with the distractory energy out here, right, and you not knowing this ancient science, you will let your seed go, and then now you got to start over. So try holding your seed and being celibate to see how far your light can go. You feel me? How much you can turn on your light. So then light, information, right? Boom. And then it's the same thing with the creation of atoms, the creation of atoms. So this is the one y'all know, the white one, but y'all know this is the black one. So now there's a distinct energy in here when you see the Great Mother and let's say the Jesus one, right? So what y'all are seeing is essentially uh, 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 her children or the ancestors, right, with the Great Mother. And this is supposed to be Adam, or let's say Eve, the Black Eve, right, the Black Goddess. But let's just keep it to y'all Jesus one, because that's the one y'all know. So Adam, Adam, right, is just you being a creation here on this earth, or you becoming into light. Let there be light. You feel me? So then the goddess, the black goddess Eve, is you being, it's a real story or whatever, right? Creation of Aset, if you will. So now your creation story is based off of these atoms in your body, right? And that's the spectrum of light that comes into the fold based off of you doing stuff to your atoms and them electrons spiraling in the atoms around to the nucleus and then forming this electron cloud, which then brings forth a specific emanation or manifestation into your world. Based off of these cells, these atoms in your body, and these subatomic particles moving in a direction of what you're charging it with, which is thought alone, because you're God based off of, you have the choice. You feel me? So you have the power to say yes or no. You just got tricked into believing you don't have the power because of the distraction of these two eyes and people feeding you lies. So the more you fall into governing the God in you yourself, the more you'll fall into charging your atoms accordingly. So a lot of times people are waiting for somebody else to tell them something, but shit, they put on pants the same way you do, nigga. So you got to tell yourself who you are. You can't let your past traumas tell yourself, or your mama tell you who you are. You got to tell yourself who you are to change these atoms in your body so you can start moving differently. So a lot of times we tell ourselves who we are based off of our friends and family members kind of putting in our environment, putting us in a specific thought form of who we are. You feel me? So, you know, if you tell your kids they're bad and essentially they believe it, which is the lie they're telling themselves, then their atoms is going to form to that energy. And then now all of a sudden you wondering why they YNs in this bitch. Oh, nah, he just bad. And then you laugh at it. So then he really think it's good. He 4 year, boy, you just bad. Boy, you just bad. You hear that? He just bad, y'all. He just bad. He don't know. And then all of a sudden, he like, well, this is making my mama smile. Shit. Then my mama is my God. Fuck it. I guess I am bad. Now he start believing in that notion. You laughing and shit when he come home because he done did some off the wall stuff to the teacher, and you feeding him this. Nah, mama, that teacher was tripping. Yeah, I know that white bitch was tripping. I know you right, son. Hell yeah. Now all of a sudden, he's 16, 17 with a gun and shit. Talk about, nah, man, it wasn't my fault. Ha. I don't know what. I don't know where he got that behavior from. Hot chaos in the blood. So y'all got to get off that stuff. That boy bad, y'all. That's a program for the mamas too. God damn. Why? God damn. Crazy. Chaos in the blood. Okay, so this is another big clue to where I'm going with this and the theory I'm going with. So now them electrons creating this electromagnetic field in the pyramid, around the pyramid, or in the pyramid also, is also a sign of Orion. Now it says Orion, particularly Orion's belt, is seen by many mystics and spiritual traditions as a stargate, a portal to higher dimensions or other realms of consciousness. The alignment of the pyramids with these stars symbolize Earth's links to the divine or to extraterrestrial intelligence, which is you're the alien family, suggesting the pyramids weren't just tombs, but sacred sites of activation and interstellar communication. Hello, interstellar communication. So Orion is also known as Osiris or Osar, or the god of resurrection. Hello, divine kingship, and the afterlife. So now, what's happening in these pyramids, based off of the electrical pool and the surgence of these these electrons coming from the heart chakra, the journey to the center of the earth, the journey to the center of the heart, is essentially a big ass party with your ancestors and them. And y'all are kicking it so heavy in this damn pyramid that you're able to see your people that transitioned on, because the visible light spectrum has changed, and this electromagnetic wave around the pyramid is creating the invisible to become visible. And you in this thing having a whole kumbaya with your people in them, baby. Chaos in the blood, baby. Hey, I can't make it up. It's as above, so below, as within, so without. So we got to understand to the core that Orion symbolizing Osar or Osiris, and we know Osar is the Lord of the Perfect Black, or the afterlife, right? Or the resurrection of life, or life itself, right? In this afterlife, in this life, you're able to go into this tomb, however they turn this bitch on, and see your people in them that crossed over. And guess what? They're going to bring you information that then gives you understandings of what you're supposed to do next. So the pyramids is nothing but a big ass altar in this bitch. Chaos in the blood, baby. And I can't make it up. Look, the pyramid got 4 triangle sides. What is that? The 4 sides and the 4 base square base. So what is that? That's earth, wind, fire, water, the elements. You feel me? So they're bringing forth the afterlife into this pyramid and creating a huge celebration of death in this realm. Give me some questions. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I can't wait to see. And look, when we even thinking about this, right? I was like, man, what the fuck is it? So then I went to sleep with it on my head. And nigga, don't you know, I was in a party with a whole bunch of dead people, a whole bunch of people that transitioned. And nigga, I woke up, I said, man, what the fuck was that? And I woke up and said, oh, thank you, Spirit. So, hey, I'm just telling y'all what happened in the astral realms and how I received this information in the form of a dream. And that dream stimulated my mind to say, okay, I'm in this damn party kicking it with all these people that transitioned. And now all of a sudden, but before I went to sleep, I knew I was thinking about what the hell was under this damn pyramid so heavy for, you know what I'm saying? So then I woke up, I said, oh my God, that's it, nigga. This is a resurrection tomb to see the invisible turn visible in this specific life that we're in. I said, that's it, nigga. There's no other, what else could it be? That's it. Ha! Chaos in the blood. And you know them boys was it. See, when we're talking about, because there's theories of people going, like you're thinking you're going somewhere, right? But what if that somewhere is right here? Right? Your ancestors, they live inside of you. So that means you're living inside the quantum realm, the smallest particle in your body, which is just invisible light spectrums that's permeating inside of you, which is the real you, right? So then we just step back and look at this thing and say, okay, well, what if we can bring forth the ancestors to come out and play to give us information based off of we pushing a certain electromagnetic field to bring forth the invisible into this bitch. Chaos in the blood, baby. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is, because we always heard about the pyramids being tombs and people, and they having people lie to rest and stuff like that. So then, obviously, if they're resurrecting if they're trying to resurrect people, I believe that if you're standing in that hole and then the frequency of the vibration changes while you're in there, however they turned it on, is in you, then obviously your heart is pushing this electromagnetic field to where you're bringing the invisible into visible based off of your heart and based off of who lives in your heart, essentially in that in that heart Merkaba sphere that's spiraling inside of you, which is right outside of you, your chakra system. Give me some questions, baby. Give me some questions. I wonder is like Lovecraft Country when all his dreams started manifesting and helping his reality. Yeah, that's fly too. Because think about it like this. What was that? What movie was that? Wakanda Forever. When he took the heart-shaped herb stuff, right? And then all of a sudden he went into the ancestral realm. Well, what if we could bring the ancestral realm to this third dimension and play in that pyramid that's lined up with the Osiris, the Orion belt, which brings forth the as above, so below, as within, so without. So hey, I'm excited about these findings because nigga, if shit, when this when this theory is proven right, niggas is gonna feel more comfortable with the transition stage because you're gonna see your people on the other side. Hey nigga, y'all niggas is the real dead ones. Y'all need to come and party with us. So we've been tricked and duped into believing like we're like the death realm is like the scary horror, whatever. There's no, you're gonna be gone. But the real motion is to understand that space, right? And if the ancient Egyptians was all, especially in Gnosticism, is all about the afterlife, then these pyramids is essentially resurrecting invisible energy to bring forth into this specific dimension. Hey, all right, tap in, baby, tap in, and I know it's true because again, in the astral realms, that's what they were showing me. So then I'm like, oh, okay, well, that big ass party that they was, so now how do you turn this bitch on is a real question so we can see what time it is. You feel me? Because that's the real question. Because these electrons spiraling through them coils, this is them coils, right? That's what we really want to understand to the core. Like, all right, how do we turn this hoe on? Just like you pressing a button on a remote or whatever. Who turns this hoe on to bring forth this electromagnetic wave around the pyramid that creates the invisible to come visible? There got to be a button or something, some kind of something somewhere. Now, another aspect of this is also how the hell did they create 6 football fields down under these rods and this coil thing? How did they create that? So, a theory that I was thinking about is if we were from the planet Venus, right? Because, Venus is the second planet and Venus is the planet of love, heart chakra, love, right? If we was from the second planet, Venus, and based off of, let's say, the Earth is, everything's moving closer to the sun, we had to exit that planet and then come to Earth and inhabit Earth or whatever, right? Because it was getting into that space of creating life and all of this other stuff. Well, you know what I mean? So then that would mean we probably was already etheric beings on the planet Venus, and essentially we needed to create something in this Earth's ground to bring forth energy into these pyramids, because there's a million pyramids built. So just understanding that all these pyramids built and stuff and all of that stuff is something that we need to mind fuck ourselves with. You feel me? Fuck 400 years ago in slavery, and if black people was already here, we know black people was here. That's a given. Nigga, we need to start thinking about what the hell was these damn monuments that has perfect structures and a goddamn 6 football fields down of coil. What is that? So, the beautiful thing about all of this is, just understanding to the core that as we keep on going along in this specific dimension and people keep on coming into more and more consciousness, essentially what's going to happen is we're going to break and unravel this thing, which is going to be a beautiful display of information for the family. So I believe they've been known this, because they known this in 2022, right? Some people had already figured this out in 2022. They're just bringing it to the fold 2025 because they don't know what to do. So they're like, fuck it, let's just share information, which they need to do, because it's not going to be one of these scientist niggas to figure it out. It's going to be somebody like us, a spiritualist, which is a scientist, to figure this shit out. It's going to be that little kid, 12-year-old kid that's tapped into spirit heavy, that's saying, yeah, that's what that is. You feel me? You can't logic and reason this thing out. That shit is trash. You're going to have to find one of these spiritual kids that's still in the astral realms, heavy, to understand and bring forth that information heavy. So I'm glad they brought out the information, because, again, one of these kids is going to really push this to the fold and even tell us how the hell they did it. Which is power in itself. It said in 2017, I had said that it was water under the pyramids. Then about a year later, they said I dreamed it. Ashe. Yeah, and that's another idea too, because the water is also an aspect of, bringing forth energy, if you will, right? So that's cool as well. So did Atlantis come before Egypt? Yeah, Atlantis and Lemuria was the first things happening down here. The first everything. So in Atlantis and Lemuria specifically, we was etheric beings. And these etheric beings that we were not solid as such. We were still vibratory beings, vibrating at a faster rate than this slow density rate that we're in this physical. As time moved on, we became denser and denser and denser, almost like a damn statue and shit. So now, as we were moving so fast and so high, we was in both worlds. You feel me? The astral realms and this realm, this third dimensional realm. And even this realm was still a vibratorial realm as well. You feel me? But time moves on, and it just becomes denser in nature. So now, which might also have something to do with us getting closer to the sun. Who knows? We'll just keep on playing with that. So so then in Lemuria, as we became slowed down light and started becoming more physical, because we were androgynous beings too, so we didn't need to have sex. You feel me? Because we were the complete feeling of sex. Now, as we get separated from ourselves to create information based off of, okay, what does love feel like? What does reacting with other people feel like? Which is, we are one. You feel me? Then all of a sudden, we're basically out here to express, and that's why social dynamics is important, to express ourselves to not only just one being but others as well. You feel me? And it doesn't have to be like a grand thing. Everybody want to be a celebrity and shit. That's an illusion. It can be your friends and family. You can just express to, whatever, co-workers or whatever, right? Something of an artistry that you have, or some kind of creative gift that you have, because that's what you came down here to learn or fall into, your dharma, which is giving energy to people as well in this cyclical way. So yeah, that's important. That is important. Let's see what else I got. I don't know why I keep picturing Super Mario going down that green tunnel thing. I say, and look, and some of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, even in the aspect of people doing movies, right? And creating movies. They might be channeling information and creating a movie and thinking they just creating some fly shit. But the movies is actually information for the spiritual ones that can see, to say, okay, I know what that is, or I've seen that before, or I've been in that before. And then all of a sudden, that's the real game in this thing. So as the vibratory rate goes back to normal, as we keep on, well, it's not going to happen in our lifetime. So y'all can just forget about this incarnation. If you come back and back, then you might see it as this 25,000 great year keeps rising, right? But as that vibratory rate changes, then essentially the earth is going to change and we'll be more etheric beings back to that form. So don't worry about it in our lifetime. I don't give a fuck what nobody, everybody wants it to happen in our lifetime, but it's not. We're in the technology age. That shit is just that, technology age, right? What they're trying to create with this technology age is a fake astral realm, illusionary thing where they can keep living on, the people that don't have souls, and then the ones that do have souls can ascend to higher vibrational frequencies of thought. So, but the only way that it keeps you locked and in trance is if you being stuck in the mundanity of this thing. But spiritual people can feel it. They know. You know what I'm saying? You're just waiting for it. So you got to look at everything. So even in the YNs, you can see it. They're not going for none of that shit. They're not trying to hear that shit, boy. So that's a spirit that we got to understand. Even though there might be crash outs, cool. But that's part of the trajectory of where this thing is going. You feel me? They're out of the belief system and they're running the ship on their own system. With what? Assertiveness, aggression, and violence. But that's good because, again, they're the Christ consciousness ones that's bringing forth another advance, be kids that comes, and then another advance, and then eventually you're just gonna see this thing get to where niggas is flying and shit. You feel me? So that's what we got to look at. We can't be selfish and think about it like it's gonna happen in our lifetime. That's just selfishness. Like, we got to relax. You feel me? We're here to experience this lifetime because we chose to come down in this specific incarnation. You want to be able to say, all right, well, why did I come down here to experience this time? Right? Nigga, in the 70s, them boys were saying that, man, this is a great time to be alive. You need to be saying the same thing. You're in the 2020s, right? It's a great time to be alive. Fuck it. You feel me? What, you gonna be jealous of these young kids when they 90? When you 90 and they 10? And then they in a whole different mode and shit? Nigga, you had your time. This ain't your last ride. If you want to come back, come back. If you don't, move on. You feel me? But at the same time, at the end of the day, we got to get off this whole theory of like, is stuff gonna happen? And I get it. We want to see that shit. That would be cool. But at the same time, that's just wishful thinking. Honestly, we got to understand that there's still. We got to get to the level of where all the churches are completely gone, and niggas know that's a hoax, and that so then it's spiritual centers happening where boys is actually doing energy work, because that's all. See, you got to get past the Piscean age. We're in the cusp of the Piscean and Aquarius age. So you got to think the Piscean age was happening 2,000 years, right? So let's even say what you're going to be around here 2,000 years. So, and if we're at the beginning stages of the Aquarius age, it's going to take time for that Piscean age residue to fall off of us. So, it's it. Okay, it might not happen in our lifetime, but that doesn't mean you didn't see some good fly shit. You feel me? You got to be happy for where you are right now and just do you. You feel me, in this time. If you come back, then yeah, some of y'all might be coming back. Then yeah, that's where it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But like, y'all, it's the same concept of waiting for Jesus. Niggas was waiting for Jesus for what? So now you're gonna be waiting for Jesus. You're gonna be waiting for this thing to tip his head. Nah, nigga, you're just gonna have to relax. So what makes you so special? What about them kids that's not even born yet? 100 years from now. You feel me? 200, 300, 400 years from now. What about them? You're in this technology age. You came out here to experience this. For you to experience that emanation of becoming an etheric being again is absolutely asinine. So we got to get off of that stuff. I get it. Y'all wishing on a wishful star. But like, you just look around, nigga. This shit is solid. It's such. Niggas can't even see their ancestors in their dream. Niggas don't even get into their dream state good enough. So then you want to be able to, out of body experiences is not even happening on a grand level. So the ones that know is practicing. Like, we're practicing the work. Them kids 500 years from now, they might be able to just out of body experience. Nigga, I close my eyes and practice that shit. Touching my walls and shit. Trying to find a remote. And then when it sporadically happens and I'm out of my body, then I'm like, oh shit, I did it. But it ain't like what these kids is going to experience 600 years from now. Them boys might be. Now, if the technology I still think they can't. The technology is not going to be able to circumvent spirit. There's no way, because it's just going to have to happen regardless. You feel me? And then once all the melanin is gone, then this planet will cease to exist. So then that's the real game. You know what I'm saying? What, robots is gonna run this thing? Okay. Oh shit. What does that mean? The battery is gonna die sooner or later. And what does a robot even, you get what I'm saying? So none of that stuff matters. Yes, sir, family. Yes, sir. I love and appreciate y'all. And hey, look. Is the Flintstones in the past or present? Ha, Titus, you is funny. That is hilarious, boy. Yeah, so I just want to encourage the family, right, to understand that we figure out how to turn this pyramid on, then it's up. And we can see our ancestors, our people in them that had transitioned on the other side and gather great information, powerful information from them based off of them being on the other side and us being here in this third dimension density place, and them being fourth dimension astral beings, right? And just by us changing the vibrational frequency of this area we call the Great Pyramids of Giza, will bring forth energy that brings into the fold our ancestors and them. Yes, sir. Y'all know what it is, family. Love and appreciate y'all. Peace to the gods.